Hello, Matthew Williams here, bringing you a quick video to talk about the interview video between Charles Mallett and Edward Van Mossel, which has just been uploaded on Edward Van Mossel's site. I'll put the link down below for you to have a look at that. I'm actually quite shocked by this video and quite dismayed. I don't think Edward is quite appreciative of the real nature of what he's kind of chuckling along with Charles over here, because literally, whether put aside whether or not you think Mr Pyrka has mistakenly said that this is a UFO video when it looks like a blimp, or whether or not it's what Charles claims, which is a premeditated act to deceive, which is, you know, still on the table for us to hear a statement from Andrew himself on this. I haven't seen anything. I mean, I don't trawl his page daily to see whether or not he's made a statement of this nature. But what I would say is that Charles's behaviour in this, by his own mouth in this interview video, the way I interpret it and the way I see it is that Charles has, instead of for truth-seeking reasons, for moral reasons, in order to bring out the truth about this alleged situation with a video, instead of taking, you know, the correct moral high ground, which would be to say, you know, I wish this information to come out and for people to know about it, instead of doing that, he has tried to blackmail. And I kind of use no other term to describe what I perceive as going on here. Charles says, oh, I was doing a deal. I'm doing a deal with Andrew in order to kind of facilitate the removal of this information about the blimp, you know, to cause least embarrassment to Mr Pyrka. Yeah, but I'm sorry, a deal by my definition, and I think most people's definitions, a deal which involves a threat which is made that I will expose you if you do not only get rid of your information, evidence, but you also delete most of your Facebook and then shut your Facebook down. Now, that to me goes beyond the scope of you know, simply wanting to discuss whether or not this is a blimp or not a blimp, or a UFO, and whether or not, you know, deals were made for money for this footage, which I think is one issue. That is an issue. Okay, if you want to deal with that, that's fine. What you can't expect people to do is to hand over, you know, control to their network of people they chat to on Facebook, a social media site. You can't expect them to hand over the keys to that site to you. And I would say, for one reason, if not any, for data protection, because anyone who has transacted so far with with Andrew on this site, the Reporter Crop Circle Formation page, has done so because of their wish to communicate with Mr Pyrka. And at no time, I would have thought, has anybody wished for their communications on that site to either be under the control of Charles Mallett, right, or to be sort of scrutinising private mails that are part of that site. And I would have thought that for Charles to expect him to do that is very unreasonable, and at the very least goes against the privacy wishes and the wishes of everyone who's contributed to that site so far. I certainly, for one, wouldn't want Charles to get his hands on that site in any way, shape or form. And you have to take these things on their separate values. If you believe that Mr Pyrka has done something which you dislike, deal with that. You know, if you want to get a statement from Andrew, or if you wish some sort of an apology, which is what you seem to be wanting, that's a fair enough thing, because, you know, that would redress the balance of any issues you may have. If Mr Pyrka wishes to give you that or not, that's up to him. But to expect him to hand over, I mean, it's like saying, you know, that it's like saying hand over the keys to the building for your publishing press. You know, I'm taking complete charge of your, you know, your ability to publish. And it's like, what? That's overstepping the mark, you know. It's like, you know, if I have a problem with Charles Mallett, I don't expect to take the keys to his fucking car. You know what I mean? It's like, no, that's way over the top. And to hold the threat of, if you don't give me control of your fucking website and your, you know, outlet for all your contacts, if you don't give me your contacts, then I will fucking cut your head off, you know, which is what it appears fully that Charles is trying to do. And he says that, you know, it's people have been saying this to him, and that it's not that way, it's just a deal. It's not a fucking deal, mate. The moment you start setting terms, on something you're going to do to somebody which is going to damage them, right, which will damage them in credibility or might cause them distress, that's a threat, right? And if you're holding that over somebody, that's known as blackmail. Okay, so if you're saying take down your site and disappear, otherwise I will fucking, you know, destroy you publicly, that's blackmail. That can be perceived as blackmail. And I would be very careful with that, Charles, because, you know, you've opened yourself up in several places in this interview video where you've actually talked about exactly that. And I will do a video which goes point for point through that video, but it's going to be a 2-hour long video in order to listen to the whole video and answer your points point to point, in context, in reference, without editing you down, so I can't be accused of editing you and taking you out of context. So but I don't think most people will want to watch that 2-hour video. So this is my point. I think you are very much out of order for attempting to do that, Charles. And I think most people would agree with me that, you know, you should keep your hands off people's Facebook pages. They don't belong to you, irrespective of what they've done or you think they've done, you know, or you're alleging they've done. Yeah, that is a side issue. So there we are. Thanks very much for watching.